In 2002, history was made at QPR Football Club in London when two prominent black international teams, Nigeria and Jamaica, faced off in a groundbreaking event, the inaugural NIGEM Unity Cup. This match marked a historic moment as it was the first time in history that two all-black national teams graced the shores of England to compete for a shared cause, unity through football.
Well overdue. Look at the stadium.
And the last time that this ground, Loftus Road, was packed.
Well, it's lovely, you know, you have Jamaicans and you have the Nigerians there, all friends there, especially everybody lives in London. I don't think if you speak to a Nigerian person, he must have a Jamaican friend.
Wonderful. We need more of this to bring a unity in the community.
To me, NIGEM meant at last black people were getting together to celebrate football. I mean, it's always been something that we said that we haven't gone out and supported, whether it be Premiership or nationwide football. But there you had 18,000 people last May come together to celebrate football, and it was a tremendous occasion.
Well overdue. Look at the stadium. Absolutely fantastic. There's testimony. Sell out. This is probably the biggest crowd that QPR have had for the last, should we say since I was playing with Wimbledon? Since our last match. About 4 years ago.
They look very yellow out there. Very
and the last time and the last time that this ground, Loftus Road, was packed like this was First Division days, wasn't it?
Right. You see what I'm
That
saying?
needs to be said. The amount of people that are here, no trouble.
It was lovely, you could see in the crowd, there was no division between the two countries.
There were many important points for that game, but I mean, I think you called it the Unity Cup, which was the first thing I think that struck me, because at the end of the day it was Africa and the Caribbean and the West Indies coming together, and it was such a spectacle in terms of colour. In terms of a legacy, it certainly meant that why not? Why can't we go to NIGEM every year? Why can't we go out and support football matches, whether they be Premiership games, nationwide or friendly games? Because black people love their football, and I think NIGEM proved that. And the Unity Cup did exactly what it said. It brought different strands of the community together, and it was a marvellous spectacle.
The whole phenomenon of the Reggae Boys has built a name for ourselves, and we are indeed one of the most popular football teams anywhere in the world. Indeed, anywhere we go, we pull a very large crowd. I don't know what it is, but certainly I think it has to do with the attractiveness of the football that we play and what Jamaica means and stands for.
The idea for this special match was born from a powerful vision shared by three young men, Andy, Rotimi, and Lyndon, who sought to celebrate black excellence and foster cultural bonds through sport. From the NIGEM idea, the Unity Football Tournament was born, expanding the concept into a broader platform for showcasing talent, promoting unity, and inspiring future generations.
Nigeria as a team is a fantastic team. They have immense talent, to say the least. But it's like David going up against Goliath. And so today's game, I think, is going to be about that. Jamaica, of course, not being Goliath.
The atmosphere on the day was something special. I mean, I've attended football matches around the country, around the world, and I've never seen anything like it. The match itself was a byproduct, because come the day it was like carnival and football as something of a side issue. It was just wonderful because there was that spirit of togetherness. People came together. There wasn't this type of stringent segregation that you used to get at a lot of football matches because people thought there'd be trouble between the various elements. This was everybody coming under the same roof at Queen's Park Rangers and having a very good time.
Wonderful. We need more of this to bring a unity in the community.
This is great to see. It's about time. Let's have more of these. Next time, let's have it at Old Trafford, Manchester United Stadium. We can fill Manchester United. Between the Nigerians and Jamaicans, we can fill it.
Well, I think it's a nice something, man. Let's see it more often. Man.
The whole idea of Nigeria, Jamaica, is to bring the two communities together. So I think this kind of game should be hosted more often.
The view before that, in terms of black people going to football matches, was very negative. I mean, obviously, if you look at the field of play, you look at various clubs in the top league in this country, they're adorned by black footballers. But that has never really been cemented on the terraces or in the seats as they are now. And what NIJAM did was blow away the theories that black people are not interested in actually getting up, going to games, paying for their tickets, and having a day out. It was absolutely fantastic, and it proved that yes, we can do this if the interest and the attraction is there. Traditionally, I will go with my media hat on to various grounds around the country and be surrounded by 30,000-40,000 predominantly white English people. This time it was different. It was a real role reversal, and I think that's good because football is a global game. If you look at football generally, hooliganism has disappeared out of the game over the years. The authorities have done a marvellous job with that, but it's still there. But what NIJAM did was prove that we, people of colour, could go to football games, behave ourselves.
And also I want to say my great appreciation to Rotimi Pedro and his organization for their wonderful and marvellous caretaker committee for bringing especially this game to England and also making us, giving us this chance to have a great feelings with our Jamaican brothers.
Most of the fans here just want to see a good game because culturally, these people are kissing cousins. Nigeria.
I think the makeup of the crowd at NIJAM 2002 was excellent because there were lots of women, lots of young people there, women bringing their youngsters as well. Traditionally, it was the men taking the youngsters' football matches. That's how it's always been perceived. And as far as I understood it, they understand, enjoyed, and felt totally comfortable in the game. So that's got to be another plus.
The wing backs them need to come into play. They're not doing enough work for the Reggae Boys. I don't really particular about the Nigerians. They can do whatever they want to do. But wing backs and then a little bit more forward penetration, and I think so we could get a goal. You have it from me. From the dogs now.
So far not bad. Not bad at all, considering Nigeria.
Them playing very good, but them need an early goal. We need an early goal. Definitely.
It's okay, guys, settle down, it wasn't a goal.
A goal that! It crossed the line. A goal. The ball got over the line and the goalkeeper cleared the ball off the line. So to me, a goal.
It was a goal, we saw it,
But the main thing is, the linesman probably didn't say. But that's football for you, isn't it? So you win some, you lose some.
I don't agree. No. It can't be a goal.
It was a goal. It was a goal. Come on.
We cannot get the accurate picture unless from down there. From here, it could appear so, but it isn't a goal.
This far over the line.
It was a definite goal. It went in. We were right at that end of the pitch, and it went in like at least over the line by that much. So it's a linesman. He wasn't doing his job.
But in terms of the people that stage the game and potential sponsors, what it does, it opens up whatever product they're trying to endorse to a whole different group of people, a wider range. You know, at the end of the day, we know what sponsorship is all about. People want to put their goods and services in front of as many people as possible. It just so happens now, here's another group, and I believe that group will grow as the years go on, and as long as NIJAM continues to develop, here's another group of people that a potential sponsor will be open to putting their goods and services in the way. So it can only be good for all parties concerned.
It was a good goal. I mean, fortunately it deflected to him and it was his path, but he finished it very well.
Ronke Phillips explains.
QPR's Loftus Road had never seen a crowd like it. 16,000 people turned out for the showdown between Jamaica's Reggae Boys and Nigeria's Super Eagles. The atmosphere was electric and the event a real money spinner.
We found last year that the amount of people that were attracted to the game and that attended the game meant that this year it needed a bigger venue. So we've applied to those clubs with a bit more capacity so that we can kind of cater for the amount of people that want to attend.
For the group working toward ridding the sport of racism, it's essential the teams do find a venue big enough to accommodate the crowd. For many, it was their first time ever inside a football stadium, and campaigners believe if the sport is ever to be truly multiracial from the supporters' point of view, football needs these people to keep coming back.
It brings a new engagement with football that many black, Asian and other minority communities simply don't have the opportunity to get involved with it. And ultimately for the clubs, it brings them an engagement with communities that they're not doing enough to work with, essentially.
The organisers are now hoping one of the bigger London clubs like Arsenal will step forward and help turn the match into an annual event. They have until May next year to find a home for the rematch, which first time round saw Nigeria emerge as the victors. In central London, this is Ronke Phillips for London Today.
The Unity Cup on behalf of Nigeria, JJ Butcher. Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the Unity Cup at Loftus Road 2002, Nigeria!
Well, I thought it was a keenly contested game. Nigeria firing on all cylinders came out today, and I thought the Reggae Boys stood up. I thought they did very well, and I am pleased. I know that we didn't win the game, but when you look at the composition of the Nigerian team, look at the composition of the Jamaican team, all credit must go to Jamaica for having stood up to the mighty Nigerians and for having put up such a sterling performance.
We're very pleased. We're very pleased with everything, and we're very pleased with the way he's turned out as well. Me being a Nigerian fan, but I'm sure my colleagues will not be very pleased with that. Yeah, particularly some of the people that I work with. But it's okay. He went well. We are very happy. Everything went as planned. It was a good game, and both teams played competitively.
Is it any chance of us seeing another game like this when a match like this is putting on?
Rematch?
Yes, definitely. It's an annual event, and it's that's why it's called the Unity Cup. Next year, maybe Jamaica would win it, but this year it's going to be Nigeria for about a year, and they will probably return it next year, August, when they play for the next Unity Cup.
Jamaica win in the first half, but unfortunately they were robbed by the linesman.
Make them know so them rob winner. Make them know so them rob winner.
I'm making them know. I'm making them know so that them rob the first goal.
Right, Jamaica must play more to the flanks. Them play too much in the middle, too congested. Tell them.
And then Nigeria deserved in the second half. So overall it was a fair game. Good turnout. Played in a good atmosphere.
You know, if you go back a few years, cricket was our thing, and we would make a day of cricket, obviously a longer time frame. Here we had an hour and a half of action, but people would actually turn up at 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, try and get their vantage points as best they could for getting into the ground with their cool boxes, their sandwiches, etc, etc. It wasn't just a football match, NIJAM 2002. As far as I saw it, it was an event, it was an occasion, and it just happened to involve football at the 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock time for kickoff. And that was wonderful because I think people didn't really talk about the game too much. I know we had one particular controversial incident, but people talked about the day, the occasion. The game was just incidental. So the fact that people felt so warm about the whole day meant that they were happy to be there. They were happy to be part of an event. And I think you saw that as they left. People were as happy leaving as they were when they turned up. So the mood was good throughout the day.
Some more time still probably them need to put a West Indian team in the Premier Division.
Fast forward to 2025, and the spirit of the NIJAM Unity Cup lives on. This year, the tournament makes a triumphant return at the GTEC Stadium in Brentford, bringing together Trinidad, Jamaica, Nigeria, and Ghana to continue the legacy of unity, strength, and cultural pride through the beautiful game of football.